Part two of trying to put a switch box on a corner of a wall that didn't have any power in it. I had power down here in the corner, and I had power over here, but there's no power here for this light switch. I think it previously had power, but somewhere, somehow, in some of the wiring in this house, the wire just got disconnected. So the only way to get power to it was to be able to figure I'm just going to go from this outlet outside and drill through it in order to get power to that switch box. One thing I'm going to have to do here is get through this switch box. I have the volt tester here, or the little circuit tester in just to make sure I still have the power off of this outlet. And I had to put a self-tapper into that conduit opening in the back so that I can get a pair of pliers on there. And I'm going to show how I put a self-tapper in there and pull open that. Pull that off of there. Get a little more grip on that. So hopefully that self-tapper inside there will allow me to be able to pull this off or open. Okay, I did it. And that was enough to pull open the now it looks like I've got paper in there. I'm gonna try and drill through here into the inside of the house. And I'm gonna, yeah, that's just paper. So I just got sheetrock back there, and I'm trying to go over the switch box. The inside of the house is up just about here on the inside of the wall. I'm going to put a switch box or another outlet directly behind this one on the inside of the house. And then I'm going to run a wire from here to the inside switch box. I'm going to add a new outlet. And then I go from that outlet up into that switch box that doesn't have power. So I'm just going to figure out where I'm going to have the my outlet by going in and out. I think I wanted to drill lower actually, but let's check this out. I say I want to drill lower. I kind of wanted to match where the other outlet was, and that's a mistake. Yeah, I should have shot lower. You know what I think I might do is shoot a lot lower. I really am looking for about 14 inches, or just measuring about 12 and a half to center, or about 14 to the top, which is going to be another, I have to shoot about 6 inches south of where I am. This outlet's a lot higher on the outside of the house than the interior. That's probably because of the curb. I think I would have rather shot straight down than try and you know, I could have fed the wires through this box, maybe at an angle through the bottom of this hole here, and maybe grab the wires. I'm feeding it down. So that means I'm going to have to, yeah, just figure I'd leave this up to show where I made a mistake. Just trying to hurry here. You know, when I'm making a video, I don't think as well. So I really wanted the outlet over here and a little bit lower, so I can patch that. I've had to patch this whole house. So what I'm gonna have to do at first is remove that the screw for the it's a little clamp in there that holds the pre-existing wires in place, but that wire clamp isn't necessary when you're doing an old house like this. And you just have to, it's not going to be the standard code. Honestly, that's how you got to do it. You're just not going to be able to fix things or do it with trying to keep up with the old parts here. Now, it's got some removable conduit. No, those are not conduit outlets, like the hole in the back. It's not a hole for conduit, but at the bottom is a hole for a wire. And I can pry that out with the smaller screwdriver. Not like the big screwdriver I had. Grab a small one. And let's see if I can get rid of that. I need something better. For my handy variety pack of screwdrivers. Now it's gonna fight me a little bit. And I wonder if this would be easier for me if I wasn't trying to hold the camera. But now I'm gonna wish I had a good pair of needle nose, but let's see if we can find this to work. Now I wonder if that hole there is enough to let me drill down. Okay, probably, but I don't need to drill down. I'm just gonna make my outlet and then feed the wire. I'm gonna test feed it down through that hole. See if I can get it down. At least see if I can push the wire down, huh? It's gonna be a little, it's gonna fight me a little bit, but that might just be the insulation in the wall. Pretty sure of it. Oh, see now, see I got it to go. So it's going down. Got a good foot or so of wire there. So I'm gonna cut the hole for the outlet first. Over here where I want it. I'm gonna measure, I'm gonna put a box over here. I might use a double gang box since it might as well just have two outlets. It's a very high use area. I think having an extra plug these days in this area, because you might have cell phone chargers near an entrance of a home like this. I'm going to show where I was going to put a double gang in this box here, up here. And it's like where I showed you I was going to put a double gang, but I mentioned I could put a 3-gang box. If I needed to, if I had a reason to, and my reason would be I'm going to have a porch light, a kitchen light, and now I can add a sconce, which I'm showing here. Right, I can add a sconce right as you walk into the kitchen here. I think this room could use a little extra, an easy access low voltage switch light. And I'm gonna put that up here. This is a small light, box for a light. So you can mount it at an angle because you have to have your strap is usually always left to right, because if the pins are sometimes, your screws on your sconce are going to want to be straight, but your strap is going to be in the way. They don't allow it to go straight, so you're going to have to put this at an angle. Just keep that in mind. And I usually, well, the reason I drew it like that is because although the back of the box is round-ish, the bumps and the wings, and you see that thing right there, that's not going to allow you to just push it straight into the wall. It's got like that tab. So if and I want the hole to be just big enough so that it doesn't fall in, but it grabs on the flanges. And that's why the flanges are out here. But I want to cut the hole small, just enough to get around this corner circle, the circle, and but I still have to get these little corners to go in, all these little bumps. So I'm going to cut the hole, and so this will drop in, and to add a sconce, which is just a little light, are really easy, because all I have to do is run a wire from the sconce down to there, a single wire, and just feed it in and out of that switch. To prep the hole, I'm gonna now keep in mind I do have wires running up in this wall here. As you can see there, well, there are some wires, some feeders going in here. And so I'm not going to go too deep. Very light on the drill bit. Just enough to get in there a little bit. And I'm going to cut through there with by hand or the Sawzall or a rock saw or a multi-tool. And since this is plaster, it's going to take some work, so I'm going to probably use I'm going to check around for that wire first. I'm going to use a multi-tool. Will probably be the easiest thing to use to cut out this sconce here. That's going to take a little work.